Hello everyone, good morning. It is indeed a good morning here where I am. It's raining, it's cloudy, and still far from summer, I think. I hope we are. Okay, uh, this is a trade that I took during the New York session yesterday. It was CAD news, uh, retail sales, I believe. No, PMI, RMPI, and new housing price index. Anyway, there was CAD news during the New York session. There was a speech by ECB president, but I was done working by then. Not the best of the days, and the reason why is because the economic calendar was more or less empty, right? We've talked about it multiple times. The reason why it wasn't the best of the days is because the economic calendar was more or less empty. Anyway, let's move forward. So I took this trade. I basically took two trades on this. Made money off of one trade. So I recovered the loss from Aussie dollar, and I'll show you guys Aussie dollar too. It has done the buy that we were hoping for, but did it later during the day, during New York session. So I'm gonna walk you through this trade quickly. Sorry. Okay, so here we go. Okay. As this seller sold during somewhere during London, made a lower low. 60 minutes, 15 minutes, we have a lower low that went through all of this resistance or support, right? So it's a support, needs to be turned into a resistance, blah, blah, blah. It's the basic stuff. And then the pullback is coming in. So the first set of pullbacks come in and it just comes all the way up to there and then turns around and goes, right? So in my mind, what I am thinking is that as it starts to go, people are getting in on the sell side and their stop losses are up in here. Fair enough, okay? And then as soon as the New York Stock Exchange opens, the price shoots higher. Just zoom in. Okay, the price shoots higher, grabs liquidity, hunts for stop losses, whatever you want to call it. Again, multiple terms for a very simple thing. It's to bring back buyers into the market so that the seller can make money. That is what's going through my mind, and I'm on the lower time frame watching this. As it comes up in here, let me get rid of all of these brushes quickly. Not gonna be a long video. Why do I keep pressing caps lock? Okay, as it comes up in here, the price action of how I was reading it is as it starts to buy here, goes all the way up to there. It still has not taken out any stop losses, still has not taken turned people to the opposite side in the markets. Then it holds, it buys again, takes out those stop losses, shows them that it's a buy. But if you go even on a lower time frame, that's 15 seconds where I generally take my entries, it starts to just go nowhere in this area, right? Uh, where I learned trading, my mentor, they term it as basing. It starts to base the same area, spends about more or less 10 minutes up in there, right? Starting from here to there, it's like 8 to 10 minutes. Okay, so as it's doing all of this stuff, I've made up my mind that I'm gonna sell it. But can I sell it as it's up in here? No, I cannot. As soon as it starts to show signs of lower high, it's trying to go lower low. As it breaks through this, even though just a little bit, as it breaks through this, let me get rid of all of these brushes again. Okay, as it breaks through this, I get in on the sell, stop loss just above this, starts to go, and then it shoots higher. To me, it's another opportunity, so I added size in here, stop loss still up there. Okay, as I added size, I'm just waiting for it to touch my initial TP. Because of how strong the price came higher from in here, there was a fair chance that the price is going to go higher one more time. So as it came all the way down to there. I closed the second position, full position out, made back the loss that was made on Aussie dollar, made a little bit of money too. This is about 4.5 R, and then I'm sorry, brought my stop loss to break even on the original entry. I was hoping for the price to come into here, but then, as I just said, how strongly the price came up initially, there's a fair chance that the price is going to come up again. It does come up again, gives another entry later on, maybe a little before lunchtime, but I was done for the day. I wasn't trading anymore, and then that entry does not go very far either, right? Just comes all the way down to the same area where it turned around again. Anyway, my first initial position got, you know, got taken out at break even. The second position made money. This was about Euro CAD, the price action, the thought process behind it, and then take a look at Aussie dollar now. Okay, so the trade did perform as expected, but the follow through came in quite later, even about an hour later than the New York Stock Exchange opened. There was an entry on this. It's not like there wasn't later on, but I was caught up with EuroCAD, so I wasn't even watching this. So all of this is just one set where everyone is getting in on the buys, getting in on the buys. Stop loss is below this. New York Open, somewhere in between, the price shoots all the way down to here. Still not taken out anyone. Seller sells again, takes out everyone. Buyer comes back. This seller cannot do anything. Buyer takes over. Price tests the same area and then starts to go. Uh, did quite a nice buy, but I couldn't make money off of it. What I want to tell you guys, what I want to emphasize on here is how important it is to know the direction, right? At any point in time, I was not a seller on this. All along, I was a buyer on this. And the reason why is pretty clear. You can see it here, as this was the last bit of sell that sold. And then the price, as it came back here, it held as it's trying to sell, but it could not sell. And then the market opened, the buyer came in, took over the seller, pulled back into the same area, and the buy goes. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is how important it is to know the direction the price is holding at, if that makes sense. Knowing the direction of what the price is doing is half the job done. So you can see that the buy still performed, although later during the day, but the buy still performed. I mean, the way I trade with smaller stop losses, risk to reward game, of course I made a loss on this. I did not make any money. But the point is that the direction was true. And if I was focused on Aussie dollar, I would have definitely taken another trade on this. Same's the case with Aussie yen. Again, same thing as we've discussed it. This was the seller that sold for a lower low. As the price came back up, it held as if it's trying to go, but it fails as the market opens. So this buyer takes over this seller, and then the pullback into the same area goes for buys. Later during the day, but the buy still does perform. So it all comes down to, in this video, the most important thing that I'm going to discuss in this video, or I already have discussed in this video, is how important it is to know the direction. Once you know the direction, half your job is done. And then, of course, the other half is also equally important, and you just cannot trade without the other half. But if half your job is done, you have a higher probability of being in the right trade, and even higher probability to making money. Anyway, uh, today we'll have to see how the price develops during the later part of the day. For me, that would be the later part of the day, but for New York or US session, it'll be the initial parts of the days where we have multiple high impact news events on dollar. So let's see how this plays out. For now, overall, I'm not really looking at anything to perform during London. I mean, this could continue to go, but then where's the entry? That's pretty much about it. So I'll see you guys probably tomorrow if I do take a trade today. Otherwise, We'll see how it goes. All right, cheers, guys.